Sorry about that issue. The camera is not working. We apologize, so we'll go radio right now. Still working with the Elkhorn South drive. They have the ball at the 9-yard line. Just under 5 minutes ago. Score still 10-7. So we saw a 2nd and 1 there. Nice run from number 19, Will Scratus, to advance the ball, pick up the first down. Now working with a 2nd 8 after that last play. Scratus working in the backfield. He's going to roll to the left side. Has a receiver in the end zone. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Storm. Finds number 12, Coy Wilk. So after a long time, they have reclaimed the lead. The Storm are now ahead 13-10, looking to make it 14-10 after the PAT. So we got back on at the right time. That was a fantastic play there from Will Scratus. We saw him wrap around to the left side of the field, put in some great work.
It was a great rollout to the left. Mm-hmm. No one was expecting the QB keeper.
That was a perfect play. We saw the pass play. Hasn't been a huge part of their offense, but it's coming together at the right time as now they are ahead. PAT here from Carson Crouch. That one is good. Line drive kick there. So the lead increases to 14-10. Elkhorn South, 4:36 remaining in quarter number 3. We will be right back in just a second. And so we are back. Carson Crouch ready to kick things off as Elkhorn South Storm just took the lead a second ago. We want to, again, just take a second to apologize for the technical difficulties. Lost our camera feed and decided to, just pause the stream for a minute, get that back up and working. Now we are good. Everything is working. We appreciate everyone who stayed in this, stuck with us. So kickoff from Carson Crouch. A booming kick right there. That one will fall in the end zone. Patriots will start the drive at the 20-yard line. So the last 2 drives from the Patriots, they've struggled. They started to piece together a nice drive at the beginning of the second half, however, ended in a fumble from TJ Urban, recovered by the Storm. The second drive, they started at the 1-yard line and finished at the 1-yard line. 3 straight incomplete passes.
Got to get something big going.
That's right.
It'd be awesome to start this drive off with a huge chunk play.
Because in those last 2 drives where they struggled, they still had the lead.
Right.
So they had some wiggle room.
Right.
They had some insurance points to work with. But now here they are trailing by 4, looking to cut back into that deficit. Handoff there to Christian Nash. Nash with a nice play right there. Gets about 5, maybe 6 yards. Nash hasn't seen a ton of action this game, but when he does, been very impressive. And we have a player down on the field. Yep, that is Antrell Taylor, who is down, grabbing his left leg, looks like. Trainer's coming out to look and see what that's about. So we'll take a quick break. When Antrell's back up, we will resume quickly. Be right back. So Patriots right now working with things after that gain from Christian Nash. Antrell Taylor on the sidelines right now. Urban sticks with that one. Fantastic run. Picks up the first down a little bit more.
Not fighting for any extra yards there, especially with the last drive where he coughed the ball up at the 45-yard line.
Yep, goes down to about the 33. Just safe, smart play there from Urban.
This is a huge drive for the Patriots to get back on track. More likely than not, maybe take up the rest of this third quarter, punch one in near the end.
Yep.
Have the whole fourth quarter to work with, but
right now I don't think it's time for them to get too picky about how they're going to score, just as long as they can get some points on the board.
Absolutely.
Urban sticking with it yet again. This time, not seeing the same success, goes down right at the line of scrimmage, maybe even a yard behind. You know, I will say one thing I've liked about Urban this whole season, and that play didn't really show it, but just as a whole, he seemed a lot more calm this year.
Yeah.
Last year there were plays where he'd rush throws, wouldn't make the right decision. He seemed like a very good senior quarterback.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he needs to help the team do. He's done a fantastic job.
It looks like he's got some experience under his belt.
You know, he gave up that fumble earlier, but he recovered well. He's forgotten about it. As he goes back, looking for a receiver, facing heavy defensive pressure. He will fumble that one. Recovered by Elkhorn South yet again. So in the last three drives, the Patriots had a fumble from Urban, recovered by Elkhorn South, a 3-and-out, and another fumble by Urban, recovered by Elkhorn South. They're going to have to get the ball yet again in fantastic field position. 3:03 remaining in quarter number 3. They will get the ball at the 35-yard line. So this is a crucial possession for, frankly, both teams.
Yeah.
If you're Elkhorn South, you can make this a 2-score game. That would be absolutely huge. Even if they can just get a field goal, make it a full 7-point game. And on the other side, for the Patriots defense, you know how big it'd be if they get a touchdown here and make it an 11-point game, putting the Patriots in a very rough hole.
Yeah, defense has got to step up right now when the offense doesn't.
So Stratus in the offense. Stratus holds on to this one. What a run right there. Advances the ball quickly. Already a first down from Elkhorn South. One play, 12-yard run from Will Stratus.
That looked explosive right there. He jumped through that hole, and he was gone.
It was kind of similar to a lot of the impressive runs we've seen from Urban. Just goes right up the middle. It looks like Stratus is actually in some pain. He's kneeling right now as we see trainers come out for him. So just a few minutes after seeing Antrell Taylor leave from an injury, now Stratus working with it. Stratus at least able to, kind of sit up. He's kneeling, so it might not be something too serious.
Hopefully just a cramp at this point.
And so we see number 14, Dylan Krause, who started off the game, coming back out at quarterback. In the drive he was in, they struggled. So we'll see if he can lead this team, try to increase that lead, as Will Stratus limping off the field. Hopefully for Elkhorn South, he's able to return later in the game. If not, great night for Will Stratus.
Yeah,
He's done a fantastic job from start to finish.
He looks to be walking off in somewhat of pretty good shape, though. But he went down in a rough way.
Yep. So they'll be working with it in good position. 1st and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. Dylan Krause going to hold on to that one. Another quarterback keeper. Able to pick up a few. Nice run there from Dylan Krause.
Keeping the intensity alive.
The run game is where this team has thrived from start to finish, where they've seen the majority of their success. Ball will beat up the 18-yard line for Elkhorn South. So Dylan Krause, a senior, played a little bit earlier in the game, hasn't played since, but with the injury of quarterback, he's back in. We'll hand that one off.
Big frontline push there.
Yep, solid run there, but a flag thrown. We'll see who this calls on.
A later flag.
Yep, that'll be a holding on the offense. So after a nice play there, they'll be moving back.
But
and I want to mention,
we do see Cole Ballard.
I was
back
about
on
to
the
say,
field.
I want to mention Cole Ballard now in the backfield. We saw him put in great work early, but he's stepping off. So after a nice play, they're moving back. It'll be 2nd and 5 here.
Looks like Elkhorn South could go too deep at a couple positions here, like running back and even quarterback, because, we've seen still a pretty impressive performance from Krause.
By the way, excuse me, I said 2nd and 5. I meant to say 2nd and 14. Very different situations.
Oh, come on, Joey. Pretty similar to me.
So ball moves back to the 27-yard line. Dylan Kraus being put in a tricky situation. Might need to test that arm out. However, he'll go with the quarterback keep again. Advances that ball to about the 21, maybe the 22. So it's going to be a tough 3rd down situation here. It'll be 3rd and 9. Last 3rd and 9 they had was followed up by a false start, moving it back to 3rd and 14, in which they could not convert. You've seen discipline be an issue for both teams. They've had some
pretty bad
unnecessary penalties, yeah. So Dylan Kraus on 3rd and 9. Looks for the pass, however, Zane Stanger right on him. Misses the tackle, advances that ball, but not able to pick up the 1st down. Smart play right there from Dylan Kraus, not forcing anything, trying to run with it, evaded a few defenders, but ultimately short of the 1st down. So we'll see number 4 kicker Carson Crouch come out. Look to punch us in for 3. There's a big field goal here to make it a 7-point lead. Just under a minute left to go in quarter number 3. 40 seconds remaining. Ball at the 16-yard line.
Great chance to go up 7 here.
Mm-hmm. We know Carson Crouch been a very successful kicker so far. As that kick is up, that one is awfully low. And that one is no good.
Looks like it may have been tipped the way it just came.
Yeah,
you
think it might have been tipped. That one, a line drive, got no air on it, so it definitely could have been tipped. So the Patriots able to get a big stop there after being in a rough position. So they'll be working with it, still trailing 14-10. 22 seconds remaining in quarter number 3.
Taking over right at the 20-yard line.
And for the Patriots, the time is now. Their last 3 drives have resulted in 2 fumbles and a 3-and-out. But we know with a guy like TJ Urban as quarterback and leader of this offense, they can thrive in any situation, even down. Urban looking to pass in the first play, goes for the screen pass. However, will go down right at the line of scrimmage. And that is Antrell Taylor making the reception, so he is back in the game.
On the field.
Saw him grabbing his leg, walked off on the sidelines during that last drive, obviously still healthy.
And that was huge for the defense last drive for the Patriots. Able to kind of hold the Elkhorn South offense to a halt after turning the ball over themselves. So
that's right. So after that play, that'll conclude quarter number 3. After a touchdown from Elkhorn South, they lead 14-10. Patriots with the ball, trying to work their way back into this game and reclaim that lead. We'll be right back for the start of quarter number 4. All right, so we are back for the start of quarter number 4. Patriots starting with a 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line. Urban will hand that one off to Christian Nash, who works in a gain of maybe 2 yards. So 3rd and 7 here for Millard South. And the last thing they need right here is a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, this is maybe the Patriots' biggest third down of the season so far.
The Patriots' top strength is that explosive offense. But right now, if they're unable to pick up the first down, this could be 4 straight unsuccessful drives, 2 turnovers and 2 3 and outs. Looking to do everything they can to avoid it. TJ Urban, we've seen his pass game really stepping up. Might see it coming in clutch here for Millard South. Stands back. Defense very aggressive. We have a flag thrown. Could be a holding call on the Patriots. If not, Urban able to pick up the first down. Great QB run. But like I said, flag thrown, and that will be a holding call on Millard South. So that is a costly penalty there, as they were able to pick up the first down, but that ball is going back. Penalties playing a huge role for both teams in this game.
Wow, the Patriots got exactly what they needed there, too. The first down, great conversion.
That was a great decision right there from Urban. He was looking for a receiver, had none. Defensive pressure was right on top of him, so he scrambled, had a great run. But now they're moving back to about the 8-yard line.
Wow. That was deep in the backfield then.
3rd and 23 for Millard South. Just over 11 minutes to go at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Still trailing 14-10.
You gotta get a couple yards here, Joey, just to try and help your field position on the punt.
I mean, they've had some very big gains. So who's to say this couldn't be another one to pick up the first? Obviously not likely, but here they are working with 3rd and 23. Airs that one out to Ryan Holdsworth. Catches that one, goes down about the 18-yard line. So 4th down here as they bring out Cole Lammel and the punting team. So the Patriots have really struggled on the offensive side. Only 10 points scored this game. They averaged 38 last year, had 33 last week. Just hasn't been clicking. So that'll be a 4th and 12. It's where the Patriots finish. Ball at the 18. Cole Lammel back for the punt.
Got a little bit breathing time this time.
Lammel boots that one. That one
it's off the fingertip.
Able to recover that ball is a receiver from the Storm, but almost a very costly play. Went for the catch, went right off his fingertips. And that was number 3, Ethan Diedrichson. Almost a costly play. Would have put the Patriots in insane field position and a chance to take the lead.
Man, oh man, number 1 rule as a return man, never reach up for the ball. Got to catch those ones on the chest.
You got to make your decision early if you're going to go for it. You can't at the last second decide to go for it, and that's what he did right there.
Luckily, able to get back on it, but that could have been...
In the blink of an eye, almost really changed the momentum of that game. But like you said, able to recover it, so they'll be starting with a 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Millard South defense needing a big stop right now. Hands that one off on the first play. Nowhere to go. Gain of 1. Defense swallowed him up. That was Blake Daly on the run.
Yeah, way to control the edge for the Patriots there.
And that's the biggest thing for this Millard South team. They got to limit that run. It seems like every play in the first half and in this 3rd quarter, it seems like almost every rush play is going for 4 or 5 yards, and it just keeps adding up on them. So Elkhorn South is getting these long, successful drives, taking up plenty of time on the clock. So ball at the 30 here. Hands that one off to number 9, taken down.
Looks like Will Scardis back on the field.
Yep. And that run to Ben Warren, same as the first play, only picking up 1. Actually, that one was called for 2 yards, so it'll be a 3rd and 7, ball at the 32. Like you had mentioned, Will Scradis, the quarterback for Elkhorn South, back on the field. We saw him exit with an injury, but he has returned. It's been one good thing. We've seen 3 players for combined, the 2 teams, leave the game, go to the sidelines, all of which have returned.
Yeah.
Antrell Taylor, Ben Warren, and quarterback Will Scradis. So a huge 3rd and 7 here. Patriots needing a stop. Pitches that one back to number 6. Nowhere to go. Patriot defense having maybe their best drive of the game. Every play only picking up 1-2 yards. So quick 3 and out brings out the punting squad. They tried to go to Blake Daly again, but just like the first play, had no success. So when the Patriot defense needed to stop the most, they delivered. They'll be getting the ball back. Just over 8 minutes to go here. Antrell Taylor, Tay Johnson back for the return. As that one will bounce back. Didn't get a friendly bounce for the Storm. As that'll be touchdown at the 44-yard line.
And so the field position flipped just a little bit here, Joey.
That's some solid field position for Millard South. Instead of being, put in a really rough spot where you got to get some quick yards, they got room to work with.
Yeah. Starting a little bit ahead of the 40-yard line. I mean,
And they need a stop, not a stop. They need to get something going on offense bad. Last 4 drives have been either a 3-and-out or a turnover. TJ Urban, we've seen 2 fumbles from him. But we know he's the leader of this offense. He's the one that needs to get things going, build some momentum for the Millard South Patriots. And he's going to hold on to it for first play. But tackled in the backfield. That was a loss of 3 right there. Goes down at the 40. And one thing I've noticed, Tay Johnson has not been seeing a lot of carries this game.
Absolutely not.
Last game, he did a fantastic job. Had 72 yards, had 2 touchdowns, but has not seen much action today.
Yeah. And he got his touches at the beginning of the game. I mean, but through the second half, I think he only has 1 or 2 carries in the second half alone. So,
been playing a completely different role. So after that loss of 3, 2nd and 13, ball at the Elkhorn South, the Millard South 40-yard line. As Urban looks back to find a receiver, gets that one to Ryan Holdsworth, right at about the first down.
What a perfect draw and a perfect throw there from TJ.
Yep, and that one will move the chains. 2nd and 13, picking up 13. Great job for Millard South, now in enemy territory. TJ trying to get back in his groove. Has struggled so far in the second half. Looks for Ryan Holdsworth yet again. That pass incomplete. Defense all over him. Now it's Ethan Diedrichson, who's all over Holdsworth.
Looked like TJ had his mind up before the play even started. He was going right to Ryan once more.
Yep, didn't even hesitate. I'll tell you what, the Elkhorn South secondary has been really successful. They've given up a couple big plays, but besides that, we've seen them do a fantastic job locking down those passes. Urban looking to throw yet again. That one too much on it. Could have been intercepted, not able to make the catch. Was looking for Gage Stanger, too much on it. Trevor Winterstein had a golden opportunity to get the interception, however, could not come down with it. I don't think he expected that one coming right to him. So it'll be a 3rd and 10 now for Millard South. And if you're Trevor Winterstein, I don't think you can get a better look than that.
No, absolutely not.
Looked like that pass was intended for him, went right to him. However, Urban looking to shake that one off as the Patriots are trying to put together a successful drive. However, a couple of incomplete passes brings them a 3rd and 10 situation, just over 7 minutes to go, still trailing 14-10. Patriots working with it. Urban looks for a receiver, and he's going to decide to scramble this one. Picks up the first down. TJ Urban has done a fantastic job. We've seen those 2 fumbles. Besides that, his running is back. Last game, we didn't see quite the running approach from him as we saw last season, but you can tell he's still got it. There's a clear reason why this guy is committed to Air Force. It's because of plays like that. 3rd and long, when they need him the most, he delivers.
Yeah, and I love the new game plan for the Patriots. Not solely relying on the run, and the defense can't just bank on stopping the run.
Sorry to interrupt you, but Tay Johnson finds a great path right there, advances that ball to the 20-yard line. We had said
there he is.
Tay Johnson
there he is.
Hasn't seen a lot of production in this game, but there he is with a huge play for the Patriots. So in that 3rd down, it looked like their drive might have been coming to a close. But 2 big plays from the Patriots gets that momentum going again, trailing by 4, now in the red zone. Ball at the 19, 1st and 10. Sorry for interrupting you there, Nate.
Hey, we are all good.
So Urban will give that one off to Antrell Taylor. Taylor breaks a tackle, works through it, advances that ball to about the 5-yard line. Looks like it went out at the 6. So nonstop success from the Patriots. 3 plays, 3 first downs. They are moving this ball.
I mean, you keep it between your 3 most dangerous weapons on the offense. Something is going to happen, and we are seeing it right now.
And we had said this is an explosive offense. They averaged 38 points a game last year, had 33 last week, and they have struggled today. Here is that explosiveness. This drive, we are seeing it. So 1st and goal, ball at the 6, 5:55 remaining in quarter number 4. Urban will hand that off to Tay Johnson. Tay Johnson picks up a few, gets tackled at the 4-yard line. I'll tell you what, if you would have told me that the Patriots offense has been about evenly split between running and passing, and we see moments like earlier in this drive where they're almost going primarily with the pass play, I would have never believed you.
Absolutely
Looking
not.
at this offense from last year, 90% of the time it was a run play. Even when TJ is leading the offense, he's running it, whether he's faking a handoff or scrambling. But they have really improved their passing game. However, the run coming in handy right now. 2nd and goal, ball at the 4-yard line. He's got Christian Nash, hands it off to him. Christian Nash tries to advance that ball. Gets it to maybe the 2-yard line.
Man, you wonder there if that's a good snap. You know, maybe Christian Nash can power that one through, but he was a step behind, had to delay it.
And you know that's the right call for Millard South. When you're in a position like this where you're trying to put together a few yards, Christian Nash is the man to go to.
Another Elkhorn South player helped off the field or wobbling off the field.
Yep, that's number 3. That's Ethan Diedrichson, who we've seen have some big plays on defense.
He's been great against the long ball today.
Done a fantastic job shutting down the Millard South receivers. However, right now for the defense, the receivers don't seem to be a huge threat, so they can expect a running play right here. However, Millard South could be trying to catch him off guard. So one of the biggest plays of the game, Urban fumbles the snap but picks it up. And he's taken down in the backfield. So Urban couldn't hold on to that one. It was a good recovery, picking up it immediately, but loses yards. So it's 4th and goal here.
So that's 2 plays in a row now, Joey, where the snap or the reception of the snap has not been what it needs.
Patriots had some sloppy play. The ball will stay at the 2, so he's able to get that to the line of scrimmage. We got a timeout called, so when we come back, it'll be 4th and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. Patriots trailing by 4. We'll see what they do when we come back in just a second. All right, so possibly the biggest play for Millard South. Actually, not possibly. Definitely is.
For both
4th and
teams.
Goal, ball at the 2. Game on the line. Millard South trailing by 4. TJ Urban with Christian Nash in the backfield.
And this is where you miss the student section here.
That's right. Elkhorn South definitely missing that as the Patriots look to reclaim this lead. They haven't had it since early in the second half. Urban looks for his receiver, and he's got it. Touchdown, Patriots. Gage Stanger there making the catch for touchdown number 2. Patriots did a great job catching the defense off guard with Christian Nash in the backfield. They assumed they'd go to the big man. Switches things up, finds Stanger in the end zone. So the Patriots are back on top, 16-14, and Cole Lamel trying to increase that lead to 17-14.
So right after we see number 3, Ethan Diedrichson, go off with an injury, the Patriots come back on 4th down and firing it to the new backup.
And work to their advantage as they reclaim that lead.
Great call there.
Yep. Lamel's PAT
Smoking through.
is good. So the Patriots now leading yet again, 17-14. But Elkhorn South has a lot of time to work with. Still 4:10 on the clock. Trailing by 3, they're going to need a big score. We'll be right back for the start of the next drive. All right, so Cole Lamel back for the kickoff. Just over 4 minutes remaining.
Right now looking to strive for greatness here.
Booming kick from Cole Lamel. That one falls in the end zone, so 20-yard line will be where the Storm start off. So I'll tell you what, for two teams that averaged over 30 points a game last year,
Yeah.
I never would have expected it to be a 17-14 score towards crunch time in the fourth quarter. It's just been a defensive strong game. Both teams had a few drives where they've put together a really nice start but just couldn't convert, whether it was turnovers. The Patriots had 2 drives ending in a fumble. The Storm had one on their very first drive. They just haven't been able to convert.
Well, even on that last drive, it was looking like a lot of doubt for the Patriot offense after 2 straight plays with a bad snap, and then, I mean, just a great recovery.
Yep, hands that one off. Nowhere to go. Taken down in the backfield. Millard South defensive line has really been stepping up as of recently. And that was Ben Warren, who we saw come back from injury in the second half. He's played a big role in this team. I'll tell you what, we said it earlier. I'm surprised Cole Ballard hasn't played a bigger role in the second half. First half, he was the main source of success for this Elkhorn South offense. His rushing abilities were really killing the Patriots, just constant 6-7 yard rushes. But since Ben Warren came back, it's been all Ben Warren.
Yeah, he was the main man.
Pass right there to number 13 complete.
Oh, and he's still going.
What a great play there from Zach Missioner.
Able to tiptoe down the sideline and power through one Patriot there.
And that's exactly what they need. They need to build some momentum after a long drive there from the Patriots, resulting in a touchdown, now trailing for Elkhorn South. They need to start building some momentum.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like that play was going to be good for maybe 5 yards. Able to get like almost 15 on there.
Looked like it was a very short gain. However, he's able to power through the defender. And so with 3 minutes left and the time ticking, they got to get going soon. As the quarterback keeps that one, gets a gain of about 4 yards there. So right now, with the time continuously going, you got to think if they can get points on the board, the Patriots will not have time to bounce back.
Right. Especially if it's a touchdown here.
We do know, though,
we've seen it before.
I would say going into halftime when the Patriots got the ball back, we assumed that it was too late for them to get anything going. We even questioned if they decide to pass it at all. And they ended that drive with a touchdown. Pass right there, too much on it. That one is incomplete. He tried to see number 38, Guy Hunt. However, too much on that pass.
Just throwing just a wee bit high there.
He's lucky that Zane Stanger wasn't a little closer up. Could have had an interception there.
All right, big third down for the Storm here.
Yep, crucial play. Obviously, 4-down situation. So Will Scratus really needing to lead this offense. And that pass
no one ready for it.
incomplete. Accuracy's been a struggle for Will Stratus. The pass game is not where he sees success. He's had a lot of big runs. Really struggled with his pass accuracy, though. So 4th and 6 now.
And that's a consequence of not having time to develop as a varsity starting quarterback, especially with the way that their quarterback played last year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really. They were used to a guy, Elliott Brown, their quarterback last year, had 1,300 yards. So now here's Stratus, 4th and 6. Going with the screen pass, however, there's just nowhere to go. He's taken down right away. So the Patriots will get the ball back. A monumental stop.
Absolutely.
For the Millard South defense. They've shown up lately. They struggled in the first half, gave up some big runs, but man, have they shut Elkhorn South down when it matters. They will get the ball back at the 35-yard line with 2:23 to go.
Time to keep the ball secure, take care of your business, and hopefully walk out of this one.
Two very successful teams, both big threats. The Patriots, obviously, as we know, preseason ranked 2nd in the state, coming off the 33-0 victory against Millard North. Elkhorn South just had a huge 30-28 victory against Millard West. Very successful team. But the Patriots are in control, up by 3, working in enemy territory, 2:23 to go. You know, the Patriots going to try and take their time on this drive. Just successful little gains as Urban stays with that one. But taken down for a loss of 2 yards.
Do you think that's the best option there, Joey, especially with a guy that's already fumbled the ball 2 times this game?
I mean, that exact play definitely wasn't. They could have done better,
Right.
but I think the run to Urban is the right move. Yes, he did fumble twice, but we've seen this guy running for years now. He's a very successful quarterback. You know, in these situations, you want TJ Urban with the ball. So I think overall, it wasn't a bad call, just wasn't executed very well. So timeout called, 2:17 remaining. Patriots lead by 3. We will be right back after the timeout. So after that timeout, 2nd and 13 now for Millard South.
2:17 left to go in the game.
Ball at the 38-yard line. Urban with Tay Johnson. He's going to stick with it. Going for another run. He's going to hold on to that one.
Stay in
where he'll
bounds,
be tackled at the 38. So right where he started the play. Kind of thought he might try and lob that one over to Antrell Taylor. We saw Taylor standing wide open. However, decided to hold on to it.
He must have seen the flag.
Yep. See what the call is here. Referee's taking a second to discuss this call.
Might have been defensive holding. I saw the tight end get a little tangled up with a linebacker there.
And it is defensive holding. So that's a huge play right there. Elkhorn South desperately needing a stop to try and get the ball back.
Now, 2nd and 3 or 4 looks a lot better than 2nd and 13 or 3rd and 15, whichever way you want to look at it.
So coach discussing with his team real quick, trying to form a game plan. And for the Patriots, they're controlling the game. They just got to consistently work with it. 2nd and 3. If they can pick up a first down, you got to think Elkhorn South is going to need to work with a miracle right here. They're going to need to hope for another fumble or something to try and quickly get the ball back. Because even if they can form a stop, time is not on their side.
Right.
They only have 1 timeout remaining. After they just called their second timeout a second ago. Both teams trying to find out what to do. So we'll take a quick break. This timeout almost over, so we'll be back in just a few seconds. So after the final timeout called from Elkhorn South, 2nd and 3 as the Patriots look to pick up the first down, which should be able to get things done for them. Handoff to Tay Johnson, who is immediately taken down. So that'll move back to the 31 as we'll see a 3rd and 6 for Millard South. And they'll likely take as much time possible lining up.
Before maybe calling a timeout, or do you think they'll run a play?
Oh, I think they'll just keep going. They're trying to kill the clock as much as possible. Yep, Patriots really killing the clock right here. Discussing what they should go with on 3rd and 6, ball at the 31. And regardless of if they pick this up, Elkhorn South in a really rough position. No timeouts remaining. If the Patriots get stopped right here, they'll still have under a minute to work with. As the clock's still ticking at 1:18, as Millard South calls a timeout, they got the clock to 1 second before calling a timeout. So with 1:18 remaining, we will take a quick break and be right back after the timeout. So we are back. 1:18 remaining, 3rd and 6, ball at the 31. Christian Nash in the backfield for Millard South. However, Urban sticks with it, pushes forward short of the first down, but still a nice gain for TJ.
Short, but not by much there.
Mm-hmm. And you know
Looks
Millard South
like
is going to
the
kill this
offense-
clock as much as possible.
Looks like the offense may stay on the field unless they do what they did last play, which is run it down and call a timeout.
We'll see what they go with.
They spotted him a little bit further back than I thought that they would have there, Joey.
Yep, so it'll be a 4th and 3 for Millard South.
I was thinking maybe like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 max. 4th and 3, though.
And right now for the Storm, your odds are looking rough. You're going to need to quickly get this ball back, stop them on 4th down if they were to go for it. If they kick a field goal, they kick a field goal. You hope you can get the ball back. You have no timeouts to work with, so you're going to need some quick plays. And now with 25 seconds remaining, you're just going to need some insane touchdown.
Yeah.
So timeout called from the Patriots. They killed the clock just like they did the last play. So 28 seconds remaining as it'll be 4th and 3 at the 28-yard line. Quick timeout, and then we'll be right back. So the offense is staying out. 28 seconds to go. Christian Nash back, expecting the handoff to him. Try and push together a first down, which would ultimately get the Patriots the victory. Urban looking to stick with it. He has room, however, the defense right there. He picks up the first down, so that will do it for the Patriots. 20 seconds to go, but they should be able to just kill the clock here.
And that should be the end of the game, I believe so.
Yep, so for Millard South, a close game throughout the whole time. Never had a moment where either team was really in control. Turnovers made it look costly for Millard South. Elkhorn South had some costly penalties. But the Patriots able to get it done. They will improve to 2-0, as next week they have a huge game against their biggest rival, Millard West High School. So Millard South really struggled at moments, but when it mattered most, their offense came together, had some huge drives, and their defense really stepped up late in that game. They had some huge scenarios, and they did not fail to come up clutch.
Yep.
So for the Patriots, great finish to that game. Fantastic second half while they struggled at moments. Really looked great out there. So for Nate Cronin, Taylor Lewis, Tanner Gottschalk, and everyone at Millard South Media, this is Joey Kirkle signing off.